Okay, welcome to part 2. This is the top of the can, and the top, I use a safety can opener. This I flipped it around backwards. I do have a couple of pictures. I flipped it around backwards so it fit over here. There's a couple little brackets, aluminum brackets down in here. This is all hot glued, so none of the filings can get down into the box. This is bigger than what it has to be. But that was the size can I had. That's what I used. I want it bigger instead of smaller. I put some glue on here. Maybe those screws won't vibrate loose. This is even sealed up. I will glue my cord down in here. All my electrical will be off to this side. Because we come over here, you get some shadows here. This isn't hooked up yet. It will be. There's my ground. Your white goes to the wide prong. Always remember that. White goes to wide. That is neutral. The black is hot. That is why these are black. They go to the hot side of your cord. There's our switch. Get a few pencil lines, which we will take off with alcohol swab. This box, if you look how this is made, is just folded and slid together. I had to put a couple rivets in here. It was so flimsy. I may put a latch on it to hold it shut real tight. I will have a box down to keep all my extra blades and everything in. And I need a latch or something on it to keep this from vibrating. I may put a brace across here. I may put one here and one here to take the flex out of the top of this so the motor doesn't flex. Okay, we did grind our rivets out. We'll be using little bolts to put the lid back on. And that about covers most of it there. A lot of glue around that grommet. Use grommets on wires. This I had a little bit of trouble because it's been spliced right next to the motor. I'll flip this over and show it. See how that was spliced? For some reason that cord got cut that way. I do not know why I'd ever cut a cord that close to the motor, because I had used this motor years ago for something. That this is a 130 watt motor. It did not say on that. I do not have the instructions for that of how many watts it is, but I'm sure it'll handle it. I'm sure someone has hooked it to a light fixture with more than 100 watts. This is half of the box I had before. I'm not going to really worry about the bottom. I may put some tape down in here. This piece of foil tape here. Just keep the dust and stuff off that control box. Excuse me. So, I'll have a picture of when it's done. I'll take some pictures so you can see how it's wired up. Like I said, I'm going to glue the wire in the lid. All the wiring going to be over in this corner. Along in here. It leaves all this area open. These will be moved. I even put some hot glue on this right here where it comes out of the box to keep the dust and dirt out. And I'm using my garbage fine glue gun. This thing gets hot. It does have a check valve in there too. It might make it a better type of glue gun. This is not a real new one. It uses your big, almost half-inch size glue sticks, which they are very economical. That does have a removable tip with a check ball. I had a cheap one and it plugged up. I got mad. I pulled the trigger. It squished out of the back. It's thrown off somewhere. I don't care if I ever do find it, unless this one quits on me. But that was a great garbage find this summer. That about covers that. We'll have a part 3 of it running. We'll put some pictures at the end of this, so there'll be plenty of pictures showing what I was talking about. But I like the knob right here on the side. It does stick out a little bit. You could, that's like a D-shaft. D-shaft they call it. See where it's half flatted. You can see that. I don't know if that'll show up. You could cut some of it off, put a different type of knob on there. I do have some knobs that have a set screw, but as far as I'm concerned, you have to have room to push it on and off. So that'll probably never get changed. But there you go. I'll include some pictures, and then I'll have a part 3 of cutting something on it. These rivets might be in the way of running something in here to cut it, but it's not that big of a deal. hold that cover. But I believe in hot glue, even if it looks messy, it does hold stuff together. This was hot glued together, these lids onto the can on the inside. I didn't take a picture of that. I don't know if I did or not. I may have. That will keep all your filings from ever getting into the box. Okay. Thanks for watching this part. Part 3 will be in action cutting something or sharpening something. Thank you for watching.